Hello and welcome back here on Friday, October the 27th. Hopefully you all have been enjoying the Halloween decorations that I finally did. Finished yesterday. I did it a little bit earlier this week, but finished them yesterday. And then I mentioned I was going to be doing one of my cookie fluffs for my uncle's party this weekend, and also I'm going to do a second one for work next week, since I actually work on Halloween. So I had this idea to make a witch's brew cookie fluff, and it ended up being an experiment from beginning to end, pretty much. I've made these before. It's cookies, and the basic ingredients are 8 ounces of cream cheese. I will put this below in case you want to, write it down. I stole this off somewhere on YouTube a long time ago. I didn't come up with this myself. I just followed their instructions. So they have 8 ounces of cream cheese. This is actually, I double because I'm making it for a party and I want to make sure there's enough for everybody. So actually, up here you can see this is the size of bowl. It will fill this to, especially this one will filled it to the brim for whatever this is. I think I found 8.1 quarts, 7.7 liters. So I doubled the recipe that they gave me on YouTube that time, just to make sure there's enough for everybody. I mean, you don't want to ruin the party, right? You don't want to be the one. You don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. People are different. Takes all kinds. So 8, this is doubled. If you don't want to make that much, cut this in half. So instead of 8 ounces of cream cheese, you would want 4. 3 cups of milk. I'm going with the doubled that I do for that size of bowl. 2 regular boxes of whatever pudding mix it is that you want to put in there, because the good thing about these cookie fluffs is there are options, and I feel like this is one that has a lot of different options, but we'll get into that later. A family size, that's what I use for the Oreo package, but you can use, once again, options, any cookie you want, and then 32 ounces of Cool Whip. So that's just your basic bitch quotients, ingredients, and then from there you can just use your imagination. For instance, because this is a witch's brew, I wanted to make it slightly like a different flavor, because usually, you can go with like vanilla, but vanilla is a little bit too vanilla, right? It's a little bit too plain, it's a little bit too, everybody puts vanilla in everything. So I decided for my pudding flavor, I would go with the cheesecake jello instead, just to kind of make it slightly a little different, a little different flavor to it, since it's supposed to be different. And it is, from what I intended. But that's okay. Happy accidents. That's what they're called, right? Happy mistakes. Happy little trees. Luckily for my cookies, thank you, Target, even though you made me pay you $35 to ship these to me. I got a couple more cereals and a Funko Pop. I was able to get my hands, because I thought of this too late, and everywhere I looked was sold out, of the Boo Oreos. I got my hands on not 1 but 2 packages. So for this cookie fluff and for the cookie fluff next week for work, I have my family size Boo Oreos, because I thought, they have like the orange, whatever. I was racking my brain trying to come up with alternative options for that. And the only thing I could think of was maybe there's like the animal crackers that have like the frosting on them. There's one that's like mythical creatures right now. So you would think like a witch would do something evil, like, cut up a unicorn and throw it into a cookie fluff, right? And do a dessert mix, whatever. But luckily I didn't have to do that. Thank you, Target. I got my hands on the Boo Oreos. Something that I usually sometimes put in there, you can put marshmallows in it. That's one of the options of things that you can put in it. And we have the ghost marshmallows, and this is part of why these cookie fluffs are filled to the brim. Do you see how big these frickin' marshmallows are? Maybe you could if I got one at the end. Dang it, I had one. Where'd he go? Like, do you see how big these frickin' these frickin' marshmallows are? Like, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. That is a whole marshmallow right there. And then he has his butt, and then the whole other shot. Like, that is a marshmallow. I did not know they were that size when I bought them. So once again, ta-da! So, my mistake. I intended my idea, my vision, shall you say. I thought it was a witch's broom. I thought it should be black, you know? And I thought, oh, I'll get some food coloring, and I'll just put some food coloring in my pudding mix, and I'll make it all black. And it'll look like, you know, evil incarnate, or whatever it is, you know, like, that's what you would expect to find in a witch's cauldron, I suppose. I did not buy... I feel like maybe this isn't my mistake, because I feel like I went ahead and grabbed the ones from the back, just to not, you know, mess up the display. And to be honest, I like the package better. I ended up not buying food coloring. I ended up buying writing icing instead. So, because it's like, oh, you know, it has black in it, whatever. It has purple, orange, green, and black. So I thought, why not? Let's just go for it. It's edible. It's not going to hurt anybody. Let's just see what happens. So I tried to use the darker colors, I guess. So I put in the black first, and then I tried to put in the purple. I used the whole thing of purple, but it was more of a lilac-y sort of purple. So, but then I thought, well, maybe I'll try the green. I'll put the green in there. I didn't use the orange at all. So, it's not black like I wanted it to be, unfortunately. But it kind of came out like, I don't know, by the time I put everything in there, it kind of came out kind of like a concrete-y sort of color, like maybe a little bit greenish, because I thought I needed some green in there for, you know, witch's brew, whatever. So I guess it kind of came out kind of a grossish color. Not what I intended, but happy accident. It ended up working out. So, and then we're down to a lot of different options for what you could put in this, because I thought it's a witch's brew. It should have pieces, right? It should have pieces. I didn't want to do gummies, but there's a lot of options out there for gummies if you would want to do that. But I guess it's Halloween. Maybe you should, like, scare your friends. You know, like, I don't know. This is more of a cookie fluff. I wanted to keep it kind of a cookie fluff and not like... Because, I mean, you can get, like, gummy frogs, you can get gummy brains, you can get gummy, like, pretty much everything. So, there's a lot of options when it comes to that if you want to put that in your cookie fluff, so to speak. But I lucked out. There was a Walmart we went to a couple weekends ago when we went to visit a family friend, and I happened to find these bloody eyeball candies. Candy eyeballs for this, and then there was one package of these icing decorators there as well. So as you can see, I put half in this mix, and I'll put half in the mix for next week too. So I guess these are like little, you know, cupcake toppers, whatever, the little crunchy. So I mean, I guess I am putting crunchy things in there. Maybe people won't quite expect that. You know, surprise, boo, happy Halloween. But so I found a few little gross things to put in there, and then, like I said, I thought I needed some green just for some, you know, green sort of witchy sort of color, I guess. And I found these. Actually, it's T-Rex sprinkles. If you can see, there's actually like little T-Rexes in there. So, but I thought this would, you know, it's a nice greeny, orangey sort of mix of colors and, well, maybe not flavors, but whatever. But one thing I forgot to mention about when I put the icings in there, when I was first mixing it up, I think eventually they did, you know, dissolve into the mix itself, but it was actually putting little swirls in there, which I thought that was kind of cool. You know, but like I said, I don't think they remain in the final product, which I can show you now. And I kind of wish I'd done this a little bit differently too. But here's the cookie fluff, and I decided with the eyeballs I would leave a few, just, you know, surprise on there. Minxie is very excited about the eyeballs, apparently. And I kind of, she almost ended up with some in her food bowl there. So yeah, there's no swirls in there that I see, but I kind of wish with that I had kept back some of the ghost marshmallows maybe, and maybe like sprinkled them on the top, or maybe just kind of pushed them in there with my hand so that they're kind of sticking out, you know, little ghosties sticking out. But those huge chunks in there, those are all the ghosties. So, but there again, Minxie is very excited about it. It's something, you know, fun. Everybody loves the cookie fluffs because they're cookies and fluff, basically. Cookies and cream, whatever. You know, so, oh, I don't know, well, I'm worried about it falling over, but you can see it kind of came out of green, like, concrete-y sort of color. Maybe if I turn it toward the light like that, without it spilling out, because it's slowly moving like a slime. Maybe that's what it is. It's a slime. It can be a cookie slime. That's what it could be. Cookie slime. I like that. But yeah, there's lots of different options depending on what you want to do with it. You could be a real dick and like throw some hot Cheetos in there, or, you know, something like, oh, what's this candy? And then it turns out it's like fucking, like one of those, what's the chip, the one chip challenge? You could like crumble that out and put it in there and kill all of your friends for Halloween. That sounds very festive. Right. So, I mean, depending on what you want to do with it, and if you want to be a dick, I mean, it's Halloween, so if you do something way out of the box with your cookie... Don't you... Oh my god, I thought she was up there getting the... She was licking something on the floor. Ooh, because I thought I heard her jump up on the counter, and then I thought I heard her start licking something, and I'm like, oh my god, she's in the cookie fluff. But, sorry. So there are many different options and many different levels of how Halloween-y you would like to get with your cookie slime, cookie fluff, whatever. You know, a lot of options for this one. It's super fun, you know. Usually with these cookie fluffs, I'm trying to go for some kind of specific flavor. Like, you know, I kind of want to do a butterscotch one someday. My friend suggested Butterfinger, because we have the little Butterfinger pieces or whatever. We had, you know, pumpkin pie. I could have done a pumpkin spice one, because we had pumpkin spice marshmallows, kind of like the ghost marshmallows. But they're probably just as big. I don't know. So usually I'm going for a specific flavor, but with this one, I guess it was kind of all about, you know, the fun of what to throw in there and, you know, incorporate into it. So there you go. If you want to have a little Halloween treat, I guess depending on when your Halloween party is, if it's actually on Halloween or not, maybe you have a few days left to throw something together and make your own crazy crazy ideas, whatever. I guess no idea is too crazy for Halloween. But anyway, that's what that is. I have a lot more videos that I've promised you all. Sorry, I'll get to them sometime. A lot of taste tests, I don't know. But anyway, have a happy Halloween, and I will see you for what I see you.